Hi guys, this is Ranjit and welcome to the Tech Q&A session. This will be the first Tech Q&A for 2021, and again we are in our old office and got quite a few questions from you guys via Twitter and some controversial ones. Let's answer them. So let's get on with them. About 15 questions I've taken. Let's answer. And the first question that I got is from Pradeep. He's asking, what's the Snapdragon equivalent of the new Exynos 9825 budget chip? The Exynos 9825 is not a new chip. This is actually almost a 2-year-old chip that was used in the Note 10 Plus, if I recall. So it's no way it's a new chip. And for Snapdragon, I would say it's closer to about Snapdragon 855, between 845 to 855. But it's not a new chip, not even a 5G chip. You guys are asking it because it came on the new Samsung F62, which is being hyped up a lot. I get it. Anyways, let's move to the next one. This is by Narendran. He's asking, why do companies hype about 5G when it's not released in India? Even they mention it to be future-proof. Why do many phones only support a few 5G bands? One phone supports only one. I think so the one you're talking about is the Nord, and even the OnePlus 80 series only support technically one 5G band. Yes, the thing is that in India, you want to sell stuff, people go just by specs. They don't look under the hood what is exactly provided. And many of the brands are taking advantage of it, calling it a 5G smartphone by just giving one 5G band or two 5G bands. But luckily, because many people are vocal, I'm very vocal about it. Now I'm seeing some of the newer smartphones supporting a little bit more 4 5G bands, 5 5G bands. And I think that's good enough. If you have 4 or 5, there's a very good chance that 5G will work. But yeah, just having 1 or 2 5G bands is strictly unethical, and I hope other reviewers are also a little bit more vocal. It's just like that I am barking, nobody else is talking about it. Anyways, let's move to the next one. This is by Spidey Shah. He's asking, I want to ask, what are your thoughts about the Apple AirPods Max, those headphones, crazy expensive headphones by Apple? He says, planning to review it? Question mark. If yes, then please compare it with the Sony XM4000. Spidey, sadly, I gave up the plans to actually review it because Apple does not send review units to me. It used to, but again, I think so they've banned me from past 2 years. I'm not getting. So I even thought of actually ordering it. I ordered it initially, but it is so backlogged now. It doesn't make sense, and I simply don't want to spend 60,000 on a headphone, guys. And what reports we are hearing, it has some battery life issues. So it's a first generation product, I would say. So I'm not that gung-ho about it. Maybe whenever the next generation comes, and if it's okay-ish price, it won't be decently priced because it's an Apple product, maybe then I'll review it. So I'm sort of skipping up this one, guys. Anyways, this is by Jagdish. He's asking, do you get blind when you see ads on Samsung devices? There'll be system apps and bloatware on Samsung too. Why can't you raise a question on this? And why you always troll other companies except Samsung's regarding this? Dare to answer, Ranjit sir, as you do in videos. Okay, let me answer this, Jagdish. In fact, about 2 years ago, in March 2019, I made a dedicated video about ads on Samsung's smartphones. They started appearing in the A series and the M series. And in fact, I made a complete dedicated video about it. If you don't know, watch that video. And there I actually showed you the steps how to disable it. And if you do that, you will not see ads on Samsung. But the irony is that you have to do all those steps when you are actually setting up the phone. In fact, why I hate other brands is that other brands also show that you can disable those ad options and other stuff. But even after disabling those ad options, you start getting a lot of junk. That is my problem. When you disable things, it should be disabled. Yes, but now in some of the mid-range Samsung smartphones, we are seeing quite a bit of notification. And I think so that My Galaxy app is a notorious thing. You should actually disable it. But again, watch the dedicated video that I posted about 2 years ago. I didn't make a proper full video about it. Anyways, let's move to the next one. This is by Abhi Reddy. Hi Ranjit, what are your raw thoughts about the Samsung Galaxy F62? There's a lot of YouTubers giving blind reviews of F62. What do you mean by blind reviews? Anyways, not sure if Samsung have provided them the script to convey what they want. Please address this if possible. Processor heating issues, battery, ads, and UI. Abhi, I did not get the Samsung Galaxy F62, so simply don't want to comment about it because my policy is not to comment about products without testing it. So I don't know. But again, the Exynos processor that it has is the same about 2-year-old that was found on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, guys. So add in UI, I don't know now, as this is coming in the mid-range, so maybe some in the notifications you might get some stuff. But again, watch the video that I posted about 2 years ago, how to disable ads on Samsung smartphones while you are setting it up initially. If you do that, then about 95% of the ads go. But again, I'm not very sure about this particular model because I didn't get it. Anyways, let's move to the next one. This is by Krishna. Why, sir, why your unboxing videos are not coming with other YouTubers? Timing. Krishna, again, if I get the units on time like other YouTubers get, then I post the videos on the same time. But lately, if you notice, a lot of brands have blacklisted me, or even if they send me products, they do send it to me a little bit late, giving excuses like courier issues or what. So that's the reason that you see sometimes my videos are late. Many times I have to actually purchase the product from the retail market, and others have got it almost about a week or 10 days back. So again, by the time I buy it, cover it up, the delay happens, and sadly that's happening a lot. It started from last year. And now what are the brands that have blacklisted me? OnePlus has blacklisted me, Xiaomi has blacklisted me, Apple has blacklisted me, and there is one more I'm not recalling. So yeah, that's the frank situation. Now if I have to buy it, things get delayed. Anyways, let's move to the next one. And some of the brands who have not even blacklisted me, sometimes I don't get products on time, they delay it. So that's the irony. So yeah, that's what's happening. Anyways, let's move to the next one. This is by Sudhu Shetty. He's asking, what's your take on LG mobiles in India? LG Velvet was a good mobile, but I've heard some rumors exiting from the mobile market. Yes, sadly, LG is exiting from the mobile market. I'm so saddened now because these were the two, Korean giants, Samsung and LG. And LG actually had very good phones. In fact, the V20 or V30 Plus, I gave it to my daughter 3 years ago, and still she's using, and still the phone works perfectly. So it's not like LG did not make good phones. In fact, they made very good phones, but in marketing, they were pathetic, I think so. But sadly now, they're just quitting the market, and it's a big loss. Because what happens in the market is one big player moves out, the other can do whatever they want. So I feel it's a sad move. LG is gone, HTC is gone. So yeah, the big Korean giant left is right now, Samsung, and it's a fight between Samsung and the Chinese brands now. Anyways, let's move to the next one. And this is by Sage Alien. If 5G is implemented faster than 4G in India, will we get to enjoy and use eSIM like in many countries? Sage, eSIM, nothing has to do with 5G. In fact, you can get an eSIM right now if you have an Airtel or a Jio SIM. In fact, I have an eSIM on my Apple Watch that is with Jio. So eSIM is nothing related to 5G. You can get eSIMs even for 4G. India eSIMs, Airtel is offering eSIMs, and even Jio is offering eSIMs. This is by Soyanch. Is there any heating issues on the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra manageable? Will the camera system heat even while taking pictures? This is the S21 Ultra. In fact, I had almost put my review. I used this one when I was on vacation with family for about a week. This was the phone I was using. Took a lot of pictures with this one. And I would say it's a very good phone. But yes, when you use the camera on this one, the back portion, yes, gets heated up, and it can get pretty warm, guys. In fact, if you touch here after using the camera continuously for a couple of minutes, it gets hot. But guys, do understand that's the problem with almost any Android flagship. When you're using the camera, what happens is that when you use the camera, generally to get the best pictures, what these smartphones do is use almost 100% of the processing, and when they do that, it heats up stuff. So yes, when you're using the camera on this one, the camera is fantastic. When you use the camera, yes, the back tends to get warm, but guys, that happens almost on every other smartphone. Even if you use iPhone continuously for some time, the camera, that happens. That's a known thing. Anyways, let's move to the next one. This is by Chandrakant. He's asking, what is the saturation point of smartphones? I mean, after which year we will not find any new specs or upgrades in this smartphone? Chandrakant, that won't happen. It's not like we won't get new processor or something, but the rate of innovation will slow down. And if you look at it, the saturation point has already come about 1.5 to 2 years ago. Now, if you look at the smartphones and if you compare it with the previous generation smartphones, the amount of improvement that you're seeing is not drastic. It's just about 10 or 15% improvement year on year. If you look at, yes, the cameras are becoming slightly better. Now this year the big hype is 5G and everybody's jumping into that. So already we have attained that saturation point. So don't expect leaps of about 50%, 60% with every generation of smartphone. There will be improvement, very small improvements, about 7 to 10%, like we see on the PC industry. We have already reached that stage. Anyways, let's move to the next one. This is by Manas. Please make a dedicated video on Wi-Fi 6 AX routers available in India under different price tag. Manas, it will be extremely impossible to do that. There's so many routers in the market, so I highly doubt I can do that. And in fact, I'm waiting for the Wi-Fi 6E standard. It has been ratified. In fact, I'm waiting for the Wi-Fi 6E, that is Wi-Fi 6 enhanced routers to come to the market. They should be coming to the market in the next couple of months. Once they do, maybe I will actually test out a few of them. And if you are looking for a Wi-Fi router for multi-storied building, a single router will simply not work. Wi-Fi 5 or Wi-Fi 6. I have one of the best damn Wi-Fi 5 routers right now sitting. It's known as the Unified Dream Machine. It's the best of the best. But this one also has a limitation of coverage. If you want more coverage, multiple story building, then you have to go with a mesh router. Wi-Fi 6 will simply not solve that issue of range. So yeah, I'm just waiting for the Wi-Fi 6 and more routers to come, because I did test one of the Wi-Fi 6 routers earlier about 4 months ago. It was from TP-Link Deco X20, and the product was simply not that good with my heavy load. So I'm just waiting for it to mature and the new better routers to come. Anyways, let's move to the next one. This is by Jitesh. Not a question, but your thoughts on this. Honesty is the best policy, but it's the hardest policy in today's world. True, could have said better. Talk a lot of truth and you get banned, blacklisted by companies. So I think so. Diplomacy is the best policy these days. Shit. Anyways, let's move to the next one. This is by Jitain. Good morning. Do you think that Redmi brand should stop putting ads on Redmi devices? And any news regarding the OnePlus 9? Regarding OnePlus 9, I don't know. I am on that blacklist, so they don't communicate with me. But yes, the OnePlus 9 should be coming out very soon. Hopefully by end of February or by March, definitely we should see OnePlus 9. And regarding Redmi brand should stop putting ads, yes, I do feel that they should do that. In fact, Poco is nothing but Redmi without ads, you could say. And even the Xiaomi Mi lineup is nothing but Redmi smartphones without ads. But again, ads are not completely gone, and notification that NagWear is still there with MIUI. In fact, watch the video that I posted about the Poco M3 just yesterday. I like the device very much. The hardware is really good. But what ruins that for me is the MIUI 12 and the amount of NagWear and stuff that is there in the background. Anyways, let's move to the next. This is by Suresh. Can the 5G bands be enabled by OTA update by manufacturers if inbuilt bands are not supported? Suresh, I think so you are asking this question because the Moto G 5G that had the Snapdragon 750G supported almost all the 5G sub 6 gigahertz band, 11 of them. I think so, so it covered all. But if you look at the Mi 10i, that is using the same Snapdragon 750G, it's just having two 5G band. And you might ask why this happens. Let me give you a very crude example. For example, if you go to a showroom, you're buying a new car, you might find the base variant outside like 10 lakhs. And the highest end variant with everything might be about 15 lakhs. Though it's the same car, it'll have the same engine also, but see the price difference. Why is this happening? It's a simple fact is that the higher end model has all the bells and features. That's the same thing as happening with this chipset also. When these OEMs go to Qualcomm or whatever, and they say, we want this chip. So, okay, the Qualcomm says, if you want this chip with all the features, all the bands, everything, this is the price. Let's say the price is, let's say, $70. The brand says, we don't want all these features, we want cut down all this and that. So maybe they can get a discount. Maybe they can get it for about $50. That's why you see the same chipset, but having different bands and even different features. So it depends from brand to brand what they are opting. And technically, yes, manufacturer can enable it. It depends again. What is the agreement? Because again, a lot of money has to be exchanged because of this. So generally, this doesn't happen because the OEM is buying the same chipset for a lot lower price because they are not going to use those features. So it is up to the OEM and the brand to work out if they want to enable it, and technically with the firmware update they can do it, but again it depends. If the manufacturer has actually disabled the radios, then it won't be possible. But that's the big reason. Same chipset, one vendor might offer so many features. The same chipset with another manufacturer might not offer the other features. It's because of the licensing agreement, what they have done. Anyways, let's move to this one. This is by Vedant. Again, this is an embargo related question. Let's take it. How do you feel about the increasing annoyance conditions set by the companies in their embargoes these days? Like until X date, you can only show the front, or until Y date, you can only show the unboxing extra. Do you think this generates a false hype and misleads a potential customer? Yes, definitely it does that. And that's what these brands are trying to do. They want to get this free advertisement from us YouTubers and other publications. That they want to just create the hype. They don't want the full reviews to be posted before their sales. That's why these days we get some very silly embargoes. We can't post a full review, in-depth review, etc. After sometimes, many times, in fact, the review embargoes are after the first sale of a product. It's a sad thing that is happening, but that's what it is happening. And if you try to revolt, you will get on the blacklist. But this is a sad trend that is happening quite a bit in India. Anyways, guys, that's it for now for this tech Q&A session. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys are still not subscribed to this YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.